Hey everyone, Justin with the EXP Bousquet Realty Group, Connecticut Home Helper on Instagram and Facebook. Wanted to just shoot today's video for day 11 of Ask a Realtor a Question. This question comes from the net. Do you have recommendations for how I could increase the selling price of my property? The answer, short answer is yes. Yes, I do. Lots of realtors will give you pointers on how to increase the selling price of your property. But I've got a better answer than just yes. What do you want to increase your selling price to is the question I usually ask, because that could take a lot of money out of your pocket in order to attain that price. And you might not be able to get the return on the investment you have to put into the house in order to get that price. So what do I mean by that? We have something called a return on investment. So when you spend money, you expect to get that money back. Most people who are selling their house think that if we update a kitchen for $20,000, that we can just increase the selling price of the house, $20,000. It's not necessarily the case. And I'll tell you why. The average return on investment is anywhere between 50 and 80%. It depends on what it is. I'll give you that same example in a kitchen. You go out, you have a Corian countertop. There's nothing wrong with it. It's brand new. It's essentially been, installed 5 years ago. You want to take that out and you want to buy a $10,000 piece of granite to put in there to make the house look better. You can go do that. You can pay a contractor to pull out the old one, put in a new one, update the sink, and do all that. You're going to say you spend about $10,000 on a brand new granite countertop, fully decked out, and you remodel the floor. Say you went from one tile to a different style of tile, and you spend about $20,000 doing all that. Well, the return on the investment is not going to be $20,000 because it's still a kitchen. It was still there. It was 5 years old, so it didn't need a huge update to begin with. And what you focused on in the kitchen may not necessarily have given you a great result. You may have appliances that are 5 or 10 years old, or an oven or something like that that's 5 or 10 years old. So those appliances are actually more important than the countertop in some cases. So if you've got a dishwasher that's 10 years old and you had a countertop that was 5 years old, I would have told you to replace the appliance as opposed to replace the countertop, since there was nothing wrong with it. That's just one scenario. So there's a lot of different things we could talk about return on investment. So real estate agents are trained to look at homes to see what the best return on investment would be in order to sell your property for more money. Some are not trained. They don't know. They don't understand. They don't know what would work. They may come in and say, well, update the windows and put a new roof on and all those things, because that's what they've heard creates a better selling price for your home. What you've got to look at as a homeowner is knowing where to spend your money correctly or smartly in order to get the biggest return on investment. And I'm going to tell you the number one thing right now that's going to cause you to get a better return on your investment than anything else. And it's really simple. It's landscaping. Right now, we've got into the spring, the grass is growing nice and green. The front of the house may have some greenery on it from mold over the winter time or even from the fall. The gutters may need to be cleaned. You might need a good power washing or some paint on the fencing or even on the house. You might have a deck in the back that needs a good cleaning. Like things like that, the aesthetics, the outward appearance of the home. You might have a chimney that needs recapping, something like that. The aesthetics, the walk up, the curb appeal of a property is what sells a property for more money right now than a property that's not been taken care of. So you have a grass that's not manicured or mowed recently. Mulch beds are empty. There's no flowers. it's green on the side of the house or the front of the house because you haven't done any power washing to it. All those things show a client who's potentially going to be purchasing your home how you take care of your home. And the houses that look the best and are priced correctly sell the fastest. That's how it works. So my answer is good return on investment, or what you should be spending your money on. I would be focusing on landscaping right now. It's a good place to start. Now, I'm not saying you go out and you spend $25,000 on landscaping. I'm telling you to take the important things that your home may specifically need in order to make it look better from the outside. And what are things like those things could be? Well, like I told you before, power washing, fencing, cleaning things off, adding a coat of paint to the exterior fence would be great, or even taking down dilapidated fencing that's there. And believe it or not, taking it down could possibly yield a better result than just leaving it there. Driveways that are in really poor shape don't show well. So, spending a couple $1,000s on a resurfacing of the driveway would make the property look better. Going out and buying some flowers. I mean, you could spend a couple $100s and some potted plants and put them out in front. Mowing the lawn. I mean, trimming the hedges and things like that. I mean, if you've got awnings, or you've got a deck in the back that could benefit from a good power washing, or even some new paint, that goes a long way. Showing people that you're taking care of the home from the outside yields a better result when they turn inside. They're more apt to be a little bit more malleable when it comes to the inside of the things, because the number one thing people do when they come inside a house is they repaint it. They don't paint it the colors that you like. They may not like your colors. I'm sorry that may have hurt you, but it's possible. I mean, people have different color palettes, so that's the number one thing that happens when people move into homes, is they do renovations almost immediately to make it feel like theirs. So spending money on painting the interior of a house, changing out all the appliances before you purchase or before you're selling the home, things like that might not yield you the same kind of return on investment. So great question, and I look forward to the next questions that we get. And again, happy Tuesday. Drop me a line in my email, or go onto my website and you can send me a message that way. Also, you can take a look at the listings that I currently have on the market on my website as well. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day.